Frank Fritz, a former cast member of American Pickers, suffered a crippling stroke in July 2022. As a result of the medical emergency, he is unable to return to the show because he is experiencing difficulties with his speech. Even though he is currently under conservatorship and supervision, Frank, who is 60 years old, has been recovering from a stroke that occurred in July of 2022. It has been over a year since Frank suffered the stroke, and the United States Sun is able to report in an exclusive manner that he is unable to return to the show. The United States Sun was informed by a source close to Frank that the stroke had an effect on his speech, and as a result, he is unable to return to the show. You never know, however, and there is always hope that one day will come. According to a second source who spoke with the United States Sun, he is unable to return to filming, but the cast and show want him to. Difficult that Frank faced before getting back surgery and being formally terminated from the show in 2021. Frank made his final appearance on American Pickers in March of 2020. After that, in July of 2022, he experienced a stroke. In spite of the health problem, a friend who is close to Frank has said to the United States Sun in the past that they have optimism that he will come back at some point in the future. Earlier in the year, the insider made the following statement: "He could go back to the show, maybe. He gets up to see the latest episodes. He is going to chuckle about it. There must be something on that list that you can yell at them about. Indeed, he will inform them about it." The interior source proceeded by saying, "The crew comes to see him. They maintain communication with one another. When they are in town, they make it a point to visit him. They come together as a group. I am having a nice time." On the other hand, the insider added, "I am not certain that he is interested in returning to the show." Regarding Frank's recovery, the friend informed the United States Sun that Frank continues to improve daily. "It is impossible to return to 100% after a stroke, but he is doing well. What is taking place is not unknown to him. You would be able to make a conversation with him if he were sitting here at this very now. The same old Frank is still around." It was revealed by the friend that although he is able to walk, he will always require the wheelchair because he is unable to walk for extended periods of time. "You basically lose motion," she said. His mobility was lost. Stroke can affect either the left or the right side of the body. In this case, it afflicted the right side. The insider went on to say that although he has suffered a stroke, he is not in any way incapacitated to the extent that he is unable to accomplish anything or that he is unable to do whatever he desires. That is something that he does not have any issues with. Simply put, he changed his way of life, which caused him to move more slowly. "It's the same old Frank," she said. "He possesses a positive mindset as well as a wonderful sense of humor. His frame of mind is enthusiastic. As a result of him coming to grips with everything that has happened, you have to make the most of the situation. He has a good understanding of things. He is a cheerful person, and he has a good sense of humor." State of Conservatorship. The stroke that Frank experienced in July of 2022 resulted in the conservatorship being placed over his estate. The news that the conservatorship was filed in August of 2022 was first reported by the United States Sun. The following is an excerpt from the records that were obtained by the United States Sun. "Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired as a result of his stroke that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which he may suffer from a physical injury or illness." According to the statement, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs. An evidence from a physician was referenced in the court documents, and it was said that the exhibit confirmed that Frank does not have the capacity to make decisions. The following additional information was included in the legal documents. decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries. It is imperative that a guardian and conservator be appointed in order to prevent any immediate harm from occurring to him. A different long-standing friend of Frank's who has been assisting him in decision-making ever since the stroke was petitioned to be Frank's guardian by the petitioner. The guardian will